So this is the beginning of a little bit of an adventure here. Not only that I just got my new ST3 delivered here, but as well, this is my first e-bike, and it's going to supplement a lot of vehicles I got in my garage, as you can see around here. Plenty of cars, plenty of motorcycles, bicycles, but I'm sick of riding all of them in San Francisco because I live in Mill Valley and I'm trying to commute to San Francisco every day, and it's just not a good solution. So I'm looking for new alternatives, and the ST3 hopefully is part of the solution. Just got it delivered today, and I thought it'd be kind of interesting to do the unboxing first. And it came in a box that is branded something else because they built the bike at the bike shop and they put it back into the box so they could ship it easily to me so that I wouldn't have to assemble a lot of it. Shouldn't be too difficult to assemble. Apparently all I have to do is put the front wheel on and a fender. And on top of that, I used to be a bike mechanic, so I should be able to do just fine. I got some tools here. I got a bike stand actually that's holding the camera right now, and which is a good hack as well, using the bike stand for a camera mount. And let's see how we do. Okay, so on with the unboxing. So as I said, this is not a Stromer box, and I'm not quite sure what to expect in here. A bike mechanic did build the bike. Wow, it's a lot of packing material. First of all, a lot of packing material, and I never like getting rid of packing material, so I think I'm going to have to get some bag or something to be able to put this stuff into. We got foam blocks, random boxes and cardboard here. It looks like a recycling bin. All right, I guess they were just trying to protect the bike. Let me get a container, put this all in, and I'll be right back with you in just a second. Okay, so now that we have all the packing material out of the way, you can see that we got a fender here. This is the front fender. They took that off so that it wouldn't get bent in shipping. We're gonna have to put that on. Got the wheel here wrapped. Let's see how that looks like here. Oh, one of the tires is not on. That's curious. Oh, it's got an extra tire in here. Fantastic. Extra tire and tube. That's not bad. Not the same tire, however, as this bike comes with, which is really funny. Maybe that was part of the packing technique, but it is a brand new tire with a brand new tube in it, so maybe we can find somebody to use that. All right, we have the front tire, which looks really cool. Check that thing out. It's got a Pirelli tire, nice beefy TRP brakes. So let me see if you can get that in there. So. Nice beefy TRP brakes. These are brakes that I use on one of my bikes. TRP, it makes some really nice stuff. Wheel feels really light, nice quality, nice wide rim, which is pretty key. Looks like this comes with a Schrader valve, which is interesting. I didn't expect that on a bike this expensive, but they must have a reason for it. Must be the sizing of the tires or something like that, but. That's cool. This thing is kind of a little bit motorcycle, and motorcycles come with Schrader valves too. So yeah, not super light wheel like I have on my other bikes, but legitimately beefy for the purpose. So we got that. And we got this parts box here, and let me see what's in this baby. So we got my invoice here, which I'll keep private for now. And got some pedals, which are just some basic pedals. Might change those out, metal platform pedals. I could probably do better for not much more money, even just for looks, if nothing else. I'm kind of a geek as far as that stuff's concerned. Reflectors aren't going on the bike because I'm gonna go with actual lighting on the bike. When I'm in the dark, the thing's gonna have good lighting. Already has a lot of built-in lighting. And then we got the charger, which is pretty legit looking. I mean, we have an electric car, and this isn't exactly to that degree, but this thing looks pretty sweet for a bicycle charger, I'll tell you that. I'm hoping I can get to work and back on one charge, so I'm hoping I don't need to buy a second one of those, but That's part of the experiment right there. Okay, so I'm gonna put that aside. All right, so then we just have the manual right there for the ST3 and the ST5, since they have a lot in common, those two models. That's why I bought this. No idea what that is. And no idea what that is quite yet, but I will when I read the instructions. This looks like some 3M material on the back. So it looks like it's supposed to stick to something. And, oh, this must be a phone mount of some kind. That's what that is. So this is a phone mount. That's kind of cool. It comes with it. Okay, so that's what we got in the box. Invoice, owner's manual. Should be able to go from there. Looking good. We'll get this bike out and get the wrapping off of it, put it up on a stand, and begin assembling it. Cool. I'm psyched. This is going to be good. All right, I want to show you two interesting things. One is that garbage bag is in addition to a crammed recycling bin that I just filled with all the materials that came from this box. It's like they took all of the different packing material they had from all the various bikes from the last 2 weeks in a very big, busy bike shop and put it all into my box. So it's going to take a while to get rid of. Also, completely randomly, they put this tire in here, which actually is not a tire for this bike. It is a tire for a Stromer. It's a good tire. It's called the Big Ben. It's made by Schwably. And you can see there is a Stromer branded tire, but it doesn't fit this bike. This bike has, thankfully, the Pirellis on it. And now you can see here the bike in its full glory. And you can see that it's still got a lot of packing material on the frame. We're going to need to take care of that. Looks like the tire and the front wheel, rather, and the fender are all we're going to have to put on this thing. So hopefully the bike stand, which is, you'll get a first glance at here, which is right here, hopefully that baby holds a 60-pound bike. Never tried that. That's the next phase. All right, so we finally have the bike out of the box, which was not an easy feat. The box itself was gigantic. So now a little bike shop trick that I learned when I was a bike mechanic is, instead of trying to take all that stuff off when the bike is in the box or when it's sitting on the ground, put it up in the stand, and that way you get good access at everything. So I'm going to begin taking this stuff off carefully as to not scratch very expensive bike. Of course, we're going to have more packing material. Looks like they tape this stuff on themselves here. Never cut along the seam itself, just cut next to the seam on the foam. That way you're sure not to scrape the frame. Looking forward to seeing this headset here. And look at that nice integrated headset and stem. I kind of started with the ST5, and this is the first model under the ST5 that's got that real integrated look. And that's something that, if you know something about Stromer, you know that they really pride themselves on integrating everything into the bike as best they can. Let me see if I can get a better view of this in a second. Okay, I'm going to pause here a minute, and I'm going to just give you a little close-up here of the stem I'm talking about and how the cables go through the frame, through the stem, which, you know, as a bike mechanic, I know is past bike mechanic. I know it's not that easy, and even down to how they wrap all the cables and make it all look very integrated. Looks like the headlight is purposely bent down, but nice integrated light. We're going to bend that back up, obviously, and adjust the angle. Really nice TRP levers made for Stromer. Really nice. Want to make sure, actually, we don't mess around with that front one too much. They were smart enough to put a spacer, you can see in there, they put something in between the pads so that it wouldn't push the calipers out of the, you know, out of the pistons, out of the caliper rather. And because that can be something that's kind of a pain in the butt to fix. Okay, continuing on, taking off the packing here. Yeah, there's the Stromer system that's built in, or the electronic, the Omni system, they call it. really looking forward to that as somebody who works around IoT and technology, see how that actually is applied to this bike. And the bottom tube on this thing is absolutely gigantic. This is pretty interesting. More material around here, which is nice. They recognize it's an expensive bike, so let's see what we're trying to protect it. It's like mint. There's one water bottle cage mount. I've been actually looking at those. There are a couple things I want to mount to the bike. I'm hoping there's going to be another one here. Kind of wishful thinking though. I think that is. Yeah, it's only got one. Alright, well, we're going to have to work around that. I was kind of hoping I would have a place to mount the lock and a water bottle. But we'll have to make do. Okay, continuing on here. Get the rest of this packing material out of here. It looks like there's something that's around the axle. Nice XD shadow derailleur. I'm liking that as a bike geek. It's pretty cool. And get this thing off the crank without hurting the crank. There we go. Cranks could be higher quality, I think. These look like, you know, not really what I'm used to here, but I guess weight doesn't matter that much on these bikes, so it does the job. Okay, probably gonna want to put something on that chainstay there. It doesn't have anything to protect it. I'm sure this thing's gonna experience some kind of chain flap. Hit the chainstay there, so I'm gonna want to wrap that in something for sure. That'll be part of my build, and which means I may not be able to ride this baby tomorrow morning, but we'll see. Onward. Okay, well, I hit an unfortunate snag here, which is that, from what I can tell, and I checked all the material pretty well, I don't have a tool to remove the front axle. The front axle, it has this sort of proprietary star nut, and I guess if I had all the star nuts in the world, I might be able to have that. I'm not focusing in on it too well here, but you'll be able to see there. But that's a pretty big one. I've got some that would maybe fit some smaller applications, but not that. So I'm gonna have to go get a tool, which means that this baby ain't riding tomorrow, which is a shame. Anyway, onward.